I'm Avianne, a Trinidadian artist. I paint mainly in watercolor and acrylic, but on and off I do pastels and charcoals. So in October, I'll be having a show titled Observations, which basically represents recognition on how I perceive self and society, which includes societal issues and mental related issues that I've been trying to deal with simultaneously. At first I wanted to kind of like mix it up, but then I decided to just do watercolor and acrylic, but it's mainly in acrylic though, since I kind of favor that more for this exhibition. After I did Cambridge, I started to experiment a bit and go into the realm of the competitions that they had during the time. It had one at the Nallis Library that I came first place in, shockingly. It was a one community contest theme, and you could have painted anything that you wanted to, but I decided to paint a kind of landscape that is going down to the Beetham area with a person signifying their stroll down that end. After that, there was a unit choice competition that I did as well, and one of them I got second place in. It's still on the promenade, I don't know why, but it's still on the promenade currently. It was done 2-3 years ago, which was titled Morning at the Market. And from there I did more exhibitions, and the one that I was participated in recently, it was titled Black at the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago, which was last year. At this point in time, I'm trying to multitask. So I have other goals and ambitions that I want to do, so I'm trying to do them simultaneously, but I'm more focusing on art right now to build my portfolio. Okay, so I grew up in Kitty Valley. I'm still there, not intending to move. I went to St. Teresa's at first and then to Corpus Christi College. Unfortunately, Corpus Christi didn't have art from Form 2 for a while, so that's why I decided to go to St. Joseph's School of Art, where I did Cambridge there, and that's how it started for me artistically. I always had a passion for art, as a lot of people say from a child. That was me as well. It's just that I did not know which one I wanted to do more, if it was the art theme or something other career oriented. So for a while I took off the art to do some other things. Okay, so basically the thing that I'm working on and I'm very excited to show to people in the next month is Observations, because it kind of represents things that people do not want to address in society and with themselves. They more focus on things that they were conditioned to believe, and the things that not the things that are affecting people entirely. So that's why I want to address that while focusing on myself and the things that affect me as a person to express into my artwork. One of the pieces, it is called Scent Help. It is acrylic painting, featuring my hands, of course, that are in a position that signifies the need for someone to understand what I've been going through the past couple of months, because mentally people push that aside. They don't really focus on mental related issues as much as they should. So when it affects somebody, they don't really take it into consideration, they just push it aside. So I use that as the cover to send attention and bring awareness. More on depression. To be black and to be woman at the same time, they do a lot. And depression wise, in this diaspora, people don't take that into consideration as they should, as I continue to say. So they push it aside, they ignore it per se. And me dealing with it for myself, it's such a task, because this is not something that I've been used to. It kind of just came suddenly and I'm trying to cope with it, and the best way I'm doing it is with my art. I think even at the doctors, because I went, and a lot of doctors don't expect young people to have mental health issues. They also expect older persons to have it, and they will still push the older ones aside and just say, you know, it's age, you're just going through something. But it happens to everybody, and the more you push it aside, the more it worsens, because you do not know how to help these people. You just ignore it for the sake of ignoring it, because you're somewhat ignorant on the entire mental health issue and what could affect people and happen to people. So getting into mental health issues and disorders, I just wish there was ways that people can get help, make it more prevalent for people to help others, especially in the art field, because there's art therapy to help with mental health issues for people. It's just that they don't know, because of, once again, the ignorance that is held within the communities. They don't know of ways to help. So in that sake, if we can make it more aware for people to know about these things by educating, by posting it up, it'll be easier for them to cope and deal with it simultaneously. Just in society, I think it's important for people to pay attention to what they put out, because input is as important or more important than the output. So what you say or what you do, someone else can internalize it, and depending on if it's bad, that is just what they're going to continue and pass on to others. Things that people just speak about. If I'm a bi person, I just hear that. Things that people speak in front of their children. Children can easily absorb things. People say children are like a sponge. So when they hear these things, especially with something like something racist, something sexist, they're going to continue with that. Pass it down to their children until someone is either badly affected by it, or they actually got to the point where they understand what's happening.
Or question it.
And people don't encourage people to question either, so it's a whole cycle, but it's possible for people to change. That my OMG moment will of course be the competition that I won at first, because at that point in time I was so doubtful. I just came from doing a Cambridge exam. I had no clue I was fairly good enough to win anything at that point in time, but I still gave it a try and I came first place. So I think that was my OMG moment, because it was very good for me to know that I had some form of talent at that point in time for my esteem to boost, to encourage me to be where I am now. Okay, so thank you for viewing my feature. My exhibition will be in October. I hope you check it out, and thank you.